Hey, how's it going, everybody? What's up? Welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today we're going to be talking about all of the drama that was happening on Twitter earlier involving Battlestate Games, Nikita, and your boy Logical Solutions, who you guys probably are well aware of at this point on who he is and what he does. But if you're not, I'm going to get into that at the start of this and explain what is happening with this entire situation. Look, I'll let you guys make up your own minds on it. I kind of have my own thoughts on it that I'm going to get into later. But let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments, because Twitter has been filled with very interesting opinions on this matter. So let me know what side of the fence you guys fall on. So let's get into what basically started all of this off, which is a tweet here from Nikita. So Nikita tweeted this earlier today. It goes beyond all limits. What should I do with him? So this is referring to a post in Logical Solutions Discord where he pinged everybody and he said, if there is somebody that has ETS access and wants to stay anonymous and contribute to our efforts, DM me. I just want to find out if ETS is really on Unity 2021. To the rat in here reporting things to BSG, middle finger emoji. So Nikita is obviously not exactly too delighted about this, and this is where I'm going to say my first point. Data mining is against the terms of service of Escape from Tarkov. Okay, that is just a rule. That is a fact. Now, I'm not saying should it be done, shouldn't it be done, but just to explain to people why this matters, when you access the ETS for Escape from Tarkov, which means the early test servers, like in order to get into that, you have to sign an NDA. What is an NDA? It's a non-disclosure agreement, which is a legally binding agreement that you will play on that server, you will test things, but you will not leak anything that is shown in the server, such as maybe upcoming game features. So we all saw this tweet earlier and we were like, oh, okay, so Nikita's obviously pissed off at Logical. That's fine. You know, it's kind of not really new. It's sort of been a subject that's been talked about in the past quite a bit, and a lot of people are like, oh, he shouldn't do it. And a lot of people are like, oh, he should do it, and BSG doesn't want him to do it. But then, leading to a slightly more serious side of things, rather than just a tweet of Nikita saying it goes beyond all limits, what should I do with him? We move over to the Escape from Tarkov official Twitter, which has released an official statement from Battlestate Games on illegal data mining of the information. Now, I'm not going to read this entire thing. You guys can read this in your own time. It'll probably be linked down in the description if you guys want to check out the whole tweet and read the comments and all that kind of stuff. But I'll sum it up for you real quick. This was probably written by a lawyer, and this is stop data mining or we're going to start copyright striking people that are doing this. The only person I can think of that is ever actually doing this kind of stuff is Logical. So this is a statement that is pretty much solely directed at him, and it could also be taken as if Logical tweets something or you learn some information about the game that hasn't been made public yet from Logical and you make content on it or you talk about it, you could also be caught in the crossfire and you might get banned. The reason why this is bad is because there is a massive portion of the Tarkov player base that, for one, doesn't use Twitter, two, doesn't use Reddit, doesn't follow any social medias. They just saw the game, they downloaded it, and they play it. They don't follow all of the Discords, they don't follow all the social media stuff, so they're out of the loop. The reason why this is a problem is because BSG has zero way of communicating to people what is happening with their game in the game. So this is why Logical's information that he posts is, in my opinion, I think, a service to the community. Because there's a lot of really important stuff that he tells us that doesn't get divulged by BSG on any of their channels or even in-game. So there is no way to know what's happening in the game, or why all of a sudden something has changed that is like a part of the meta or whatever. Or something that you could always do, you no longer can because BSG just decided to change it and only people that follow them on social media might see it. And then even if people follow them on social media, they don't often actually make posts explaining a lot of the changes that they make to the game, which is where Logical comes in, because he tells us pretty much everything that happens with the game. But the first thing I want to talk about is the hypocrisy of some people in the community that are bashing Logical when it suits them on Twitter and on stream and in YouTube videos and stuff, right? What I mean by this is it's all well and good when he gives you information for videos and then information about ammo and boss changes and events and stuff like that. But This isn't the first time I've seen like the entire community kind of turn on him in a big way like this. You kind of use his information when it suits you, and then you kind of jump off the bandwagon and then kind of flip sides. Like, you either use any of his info or you don't, but you can't really be in the middle if you're going to decide to bash the guy after the fact. That is something I think is really unfair that I've seen happening on social media today. So with that being said, moving on to the next major point, BSG needs to communicate certain things better, such as most recently, they changed the spawn locations of Killa, and now he doesn't spawn in the underground of Interchange anymore. How is anybody supposed to know any of this information? And then anybody who is currently going for Tracksuit, who wasn't following Logical to find out this information, is now going to be wasting hours and hours of their time checking spots where he no longer spawns anymore. Another big pet peeve of mine is when it comes to ammo buffs and nerfs and changes and stuff like that, right? One major problem that I have with Tarkov right now is I don't understand why we have to go to a wiki or an ammo chart to see the stats of all of the ammo in the game. Every single ammo type in Tarkov has a bunch of different attributes. Now, ricochet chance, armor class, and all of that stuff is actually on armor. Like, you can see it on the armor, right? But nowhere in the game can you click on an ammo type and see all of the stats that it has. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't see why you have to like tab out of the game, go to Google, type in Tarkov ammo chart, or go to the wiki and look up an ammo type when you're just trying to like play the game. Here is my next thing about events in Tarkov, right? The only way that we know events are happening in EFT is we get like a cryptic message from BSG, which is cool because it's something the community generally works on together, and then we solve it, and then you have all like the Russian content creators who translate it to English for us, and then we take it from there, and then everybody kind of works together to figure out the event. So that's cool, right? Like, that's sick. I like that aspect of Tarkov because it's a bit of a mystery. You see this cryptic poster, like, oh, what the hell is that? And then it's like this new event in game, which is really cool. I really like that. But I don't think this should be done only on Twitter. They might also post this on Reddit. I'm not even entirely sure, but the only place I've ever seen this is on Twitter. What about all of the people that don't use Twitter? And what about all the people that don't stay up to date with every single tweet from BSG, right? All of these events should have a pop-up when you open Tarkov. And it could just be a cryptic message from one of the traders that says, hey, for example, right, we've got like a generic storyline here about why what's happening is happening. But it doesn't tell you what the event is. It just tells you, hey, PMC, we need you to go investigate this, right? This way, people who open the game will know and understand that there is a new event going on without having to go on social media to find it, or without having to follow every single thing BSG is saying. I feel like once you open the game and you see a new quest thing happening in the game, or like a new announcement within the game, that is going to be infinitely more exciting than finding it on Twitter. How do I feel about BSG threatening to copyright strike people who data mine? Playing devil's advocate here, right? It is well within BSG's right to copyright strike somebody that is taking information from the game in a manner that they deem is data mining. And in fairness to them, what they could have done was just struck whoever they wanted to without even releasing a statement giving people a warning on it. It is in their terms of service. I have a feeling that the reason why they're doing this now is because they are going to be afraid that information about the campaign for Tarkov might get leaked, you know, certain story aspects that they want to keep private. And I think this could be probably the first step in making sure that nobody leaks any of that kind of stuff. It's just kind of weird that now all of a sudden this is just kind of come out of nowhere just today, but I'm assuming they're doing this now to prep for certain story stuff coming out. With all of that being said, I'm not going to say I'm against Logical because I've used this information for past videos and for planning streams. I understand that like you shouldn't be data mining, but also on the other hand, BSG should be more transparent with a lot of the changes that they're making to the game. And they should do it in a clear and concise manner, not only on social media. I don't think there would be anything wrong with when you open the game, there's maybe a pop-up if there was a patch today and it says, this was changed, this was changed, this was changed, this is new, this is new, this is changed. Like, maybe not even showing, like, if they added, like, a new gun to the game. Like, don't even say that. But, like, important gameplay aspects, like, such as changes to inertia, changes to how the whole weight system works, changes to ammo, changes to recoil, changes to all that kind of stuff, should be made readily available to anybody who opens the game. You should be able to see that. or at least on the launcher. I think in this scenario, instead of focusing on throwing hate and talking shit, we should probably use this opportunity to encourage BSG to be more transparent and find new and exciting ways to share information with the community. Because at the end of the day, whether you agree with me or BSG on the topic, Logical has a massive following, and all of his posts about new information regarding Tarkov updates and leaks, and his posts get a lot of impressions, meaning people like seeing that content. And the reason for that is because BSG, for the most part, fails to inform the community of really important shit sometimes. So that's my thoughts and opinions on it, lads. Let me know what you guys think down below. Lads, with all of that being said, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Leave your thoughts down below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out, my dudes.